Hi everybody, good afternoon. How are you all? Hope you've had a really good Christmas. Hope you had a really nice break. If you are back at work already, then snap and welcome back. And yeah, so you're joining me today on the 20th of December for the December social media roundup. My name is Natalie Luckham and I own social media management and training consultancy Naturally Social. And each month, rather than sending a sort of overly lengthy email newsletter, what I do is I live stream on Facebook and tell you about all the things that are coming up or happening and what they mean to you as communicators, business owners or marketers. So hopefully it's helpful. Totally get if there's not going to be many people showing up live for this one today, as I know there's not huge amounts of people back in work yet, but I am taking the time to kind of catch up with myself, catch up with a load of work, because 2017 is going to be really busy and it's very exciting. So stay tuned on my Facebook page and my other social media at NLY Social on Instagram, Twitter and you can find me on Snapchat as well, Nat_Lux, and you can join me on my journey in 2017 and see what happens. One of the big things is that we are joining the entrepreneurial I lost it there, during the Entrepreneurial Spark program in Bristol starting in February. That's really exciting. Just means that the business is building and is developing. Hi Sue, thanks for joining. Apologies if I'm a little bit sniffly. I have had this horrible lurgy cold that's been going around everywhere, so yeah, apologies for that. A couple of things. If you stay right to the end and give my monthly tip, top tip if you like, on about anything social media. Hi Kirsty. I hope you had a good Christmas, love. And it'll be anything around, anything to do with social media. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about images on social and my top tips for that. And if you have any questions as we go, type them into the comments box below and I'm more than happy to pick them up and answer as we go along. If there's anybody you think that would be interested in hearing what we talk about today, then use either the share button, which should be in the bottom left of your app of your phone, and share it out or invite people to watch, your friends and family or colleagues, or if you're viewing this from a desktop right now, then just tag your colleague or your friend or those you think would be interested into the comments section. The replay will be available afterwards, so you can of course keep sharing. Anything I do talk about, I will pop the link into the comments section afterwards, so anything I refer to will be there. Cool, let's crack on. And it is only, it's only supposed to be really short, so if there are things that I've missed, then give me a call and go, have you heard about this and what do you think? Happy to do that. Quickly though, there has been, just in general terms, there has been a recent data breach on Yahoo, if anyone's heard of that. So what I would say is encourage you all to change your passwords if you have a Yahoo email account or any associated Yahoo stuff. So it's always good practice to change your emails anyway. Okay, I'm going to start with Snapchat today. No. Okay, love. Have a good day, Sue. Enjoy that. I hope you're feeling better. Bye. Yes, so Snapchat has now introduced group messaging, so that's a big step forward for them. That means that rather than just sending individual snaps on a one-to-one basis, you can now involve a group of friends, a group of colleagues, a group of people, and I think that will only develop further, in that it will eventually probably switch to that live videoing, which we're seeing happening a lot on things like Facebook, for example. So group messaging is now here on Snapchat, and also gamification. Gamification is arriving via Snapchat, and it's in the form of lenses. So when you, particularly I noticed it the other day, I was flicking through you have it in selfie mode, and flicked through some of the lenses, and one came up, it was like a sponsored, well, not a sponsored one, a weather related, a seasonal, that's the word, Natalie, a seasonal filter, and you kind of put your face in an elf and you were skiing down slopes, so picking up points as you went through. So I think that's really encouraging the kind of in-app gaming and inclusivity with your friends, because it's only going to kind of lead to competitiveness, and ultimately that could be a powerful revenue provider for Snapchat. So that's really cool. So that's it for me on Snapchat, really. We're going to move straight on to Instagram. Instagram announced earlier this month that it now has 600 million users. That's massive, 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 massive numbers. And 100 million of those were in the last 6 months alone. So the platform's really growing, and this is a great tool for many, many businesses. And I say this a lot, but even if you think you've got a really unsexy business, Instagram could work for you. Any social media could work for you. It's just about finding the right angle, about how you sell and show yourself and represent what you do using the tools that you've got. So a few things that have changed on Instagram this month. Customizable stickers to stories, very Snapchat-esque again. So after you've taken a picture, you get a little icon that appears that will ask you or offer you the opportunity to create stickers, which actually, I should say, sorry, that's something else that's different on Snapchat, as you can now take your picture and create a sticker from that. So it allows you to chop elements out of your own picture, so quite in reality, and save it in your sticker bank. So it's quite playful, quite fun. So customizable stickers, that's only available in version 10.3 on iPhone and Android, iOS and Android. So if you haven't seen those yet, you need to update your app. But stickers will include things like the weather or the time or your current location. Again, as I said, very Snapchat-esque in terms of their filters. And you can now save posts on Instagram as well, which only you see, which, you know, again, great way if you are playing around with the app and you want to kind of compare successful content or content that you enjoy, because don't forget that as a user of the platform, what you enjoy should transfer into the content that you produce, because that's ultimately what works on Instagram for users. So yeah, being able to save posts now, you get the little icon in the top right hand corner of each person's post that you can save it. And yeah, so that's good for personal and business use. I think that's pretty much it on Instagram. Live video is, I'm still tentatively waiting for live video to come through. Obviously you can now send disappearing direct messages on Instagram as well. Story function is still being capitalised. I'm seeing more and more people using stories as they're getting familiar with it, but still not as popular as personally I would have thought. I keep seeing that live video is here for all, but I'm guessing it's just the US, because they were testing it with some influencers to begin with when I last live streamed in November. But I keep seeing news feeds saying that it is available, but I've updated my app and it's not there, so I'm guessing it's still just the US or some certain countries. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. Cool, okay, let's go to Facebook then. So a few changes. I mentioned about group messaging on Snapchat. Well, you can now group video chat in Facebook Messenger. So that's turning the group chat, just text, now into a face-to-face experience, face-to-face conversations, excuse me, and importantly that's available via your desktop version. So when you look at things like Facebook Live, at the moment that's only doable via, you know, tablets or apps. I know I can't live stream direct off my MacBook, for example, but now you can. The desktop version of Messenger now allows you to tap into the camera and do video calls. So again, numerous opportunities here, potentially, specifically, particularly for customer service elements, and it's, you know, ultimately it's trying to rival Skype, isn't it? It's now testing group audio as well, as I said, very much rivaling Skype, but it's yeah, it's just another functionality for you to consider when you have a customer service offering, particularly. One of the most exciting things, that the last thing I'm going to leave on with Facebook, is it is now introducing live audio. So that's coming in early 2017. Obviously live streaming, live video on Facebook has been a huge hit. It's been a great way to consume content. It's been exciting, and we've seen lots of things doing with it. Well, now this introduction of live audio is not only going to it's ultimately it's podcasting. So for those people who enjoy podcasting and are using other platforms to create those podcasts, you're now going to be given this tool right in front of this massive audience of Facebook, the Facebook community, in order to do it directly there. It's currently testing that with its partners, so people like the BBC, but I think it's going to be rolled out generally to all users globally in like the next few months, so very early part of 2017. And what's great about that as well is that I know that working with a lot of small businesses and startups, you know, even particular demographics as well, ages, etc., don't feel comfortable seeing themselves on video or creating video, live streaming, but they know that that's what they've got to do in terms of really compete on their Facebook page for the attention of their community and to actually build and get decent reach. So if they're going to prioritise the reach on Facebook audio as much as they are on video, then it's potentially now opened up this live format to so many more people. So yeah, that's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing that come out and helping others kind of have a strategy for how they can use it. Okay then, last but not least, that I wanted to touch upon today, because I know time is short, is Twitter. Quite a few different changes to Twitter. I'll stay on the whole idea of live streaming. You can now live stream direct from Twitter itself. So there is a go live button now, and you tap on the camera icon within the tweet. And that's powered by Periscope. So what that means is, previous to this, if you wanted to live stream, Twitter made it easier for you, because when you clicked on the camera icon, there was a button to take you direct to Periscope. If you didn't have an account on Periscope, it would then ask you to sign up and create an account on Periscope. Now you can live stream without having to set up an account on Periscope. So it's making it more accessible to people to do that, to live stream within a platform that they might choose as their preferred means of communicating and marketing themselves. So it means that that's becoming more accessible. Does this mean that perhaps days are numbered for Periscope as a standalone app? Potentially, don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's a much easier and slicker experience now, so Twitter users get living. We talked about Vine as well getting decommissioned last month. I think that was in the last live stream. Well, there's been some recent news that Vine are now looking to kind of create a standalone app still, or a version of a sort of scaled down version of what was Vine, and it's now called Vine, or will be called Vine Camera, and that's going to be an app, I'm guessing, on your phone, and that's going to allow you to still create those 6-second video loops like you could on Vine, but it's either going to give you the option to just publish directly to Twitter or save to your camera roll. So again, some creativity there, some different type of content that you can create. That means those Vine users who are used to it, I think it's just about kind of pushing them now onto Twitter and getting their followers onto Twitter, so there'll be a kind of a bit of a merge there. So sorry about the sniffles, people, as well. So that's Vine. Push notifications for breaking news and now are being played with, practiced with. That's the tested, thank you. Tested. So obviously Twitter is very much a news aggregator. A lot of people go there for their news. It is one of the places where things break, and now they are experimenting with having push notifications to your phone when something breaking happens, and something starts trending. So that'd be interesting, and as kind of gives news people kind of a bit of food for thought there, because more and more so will people now stay on their phone to get the news rather than going off to different websites. And lastly, they are tweaking the algorithm for searches, so that when you are searching the keywords and terminology, then you're getting results that are relevance first rather than reverse chronological. So that will have an effect perhaps in what you see in your news feed, but the results so far have suggested that actually people are engaging more on the platform now that they're doing it that way, and they're staying on Twitter longer. So it's going to be a good thing. And then lastly, lead generation ads. If you do use if you do use Twitter to advertise, and particularly with the lead generation card, that's being removed from the 1st of February. So that's just something to bear in mind if indeed you are using that. Cool. Okay, guys, that is it from me. So very kind of, in a nutshell there, the main things I think were worth talking about, particularly around the whole video thing, which will be a massive continued trend in 2017. And I'll probably touch upon that in my next live stream about what trends are coming and what to keep an eye on. Last thing, I'll leave you with my top tip of the month, which is all about images on social media, what to use, how to use them. So the image size for all social media, the ideal posts change all the time, or quite frequently, particularly on Facebook. But as it changes the layout of profiles and pages, the image size will differ slightly. Hi Claire. So the best way for you to stay on top of that is to always visit the Facebook for Business page itself, and it will have a link directly to news articles that you can find the actual image sizes that are needed. The other thing that you can do is use what I like to use is Canva. Canva is a free tool, and it will have the pre-populated, predetermined sizes for social media. Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook events, Facebook pages, profiles, all sorts. And the sizes will already be in there. So when you create your image, it will fit right in. You know, using other stuff like perhaps WordSwag, which is a really good app for creating real funky images with slogans and catchphrases and, you know, a bit of text overlay and all that type of stuff, is great, and that's really good for your actual updates, your status updates, to put a picture in there. But when you're thinking about using that then as a cover shot, particularly on things like Twitter, they don't transfer the right size, so you will need to mix and match on different apps that you use. Cool. Okay guys, that's it from me. I hope you have a really good week if you are back at work, and wishing you all a very happy new year when it comes around, and I will speak to you and see many of you in 2017. Take care guys, bye bye bye.